Yeah, well, society always has I mean, if you look at society over long periods of time, like hundreds of years, you see that cycle of the rise and fall of civilizations. And that's just a mirror of what happens to people on a daily basis. Yeah, it's if nobody checks on things, things get worse. It doesn't mean that everybody should be checking all the time, but why? And the good things in society are based on that principle. Why should people go to visit a doctor twice a year? So just to check, right? Just to check. The doctor takes some measurements, they check everything is okay, maybe give you some advice. I don't know, take more iron or get more vitamin D or something. Um, and they sort of keep you on the right track, and those principles are good. Now, unfortunately, doctors can do as much bad as they can good, so they don't always make the right decisions. They're human beings, and they're dealing with the human symptom, which is very complex. I mean, how many people are physically ill because they're mentally ill? I mean, that's huge, right?
Yeah.
Right? Because um, whatever you do physically, it's almost always a result of how you think mentally. Even if you do it in a positive way, even if you're thinking, right, I need to go for a jog every day. Yeah, because
Hmm.
that's going to have wear and tear on your body. And the crazy thing is, a lot of super athletes die very young because they just destroy their bodies, basically. Between the ages of, or from a very young age, they're involved in sports activities, and then you get to see it with, say, professional tennis players who usually at the age of 30, 35, their body starts to break down.
Yeah, they are
Or
old.
yeah, or they need to have an operation, and you're never sure after the operation if your health is going to return to standard, whether you can play or not. Um, and this is, that's it's part of the psychopathy of sport and success in sport, and the uh, the elements of self-destruction that are there, because um, you know the statistics are crazy, but a lot of people who are into a lot of extreme health activities, they have extreme health problems as a result of those things as well. So
Hmm.
uh, so it's crazy. I was reading a story last week about there was a professional climber who died somewhere because he didn't have any ropes or anything supporting him, and he was climbing somewhere, and he just fell and died. And that's a result of your habits, right? And your
Yeah.
mindset, thinking that
Was it somebody recently or
yeah, it was
because
something in the last 2 or 3 weeks.
oh
It was
God.
one of the top free climbers in the world. Died just because they didn't have any ropes, and they just fell off a mountain. So um, it shows you how dangerous those activities are. So you can't help
Mhm.
other people if you're not going to help yourself first. It's like they say on aircraft. Yeah, you put on your own oxygen mask before you help other people put on theirs. So we have to live that way, and uh, it's good to realize when we need to do that. And there's always there's always a nice check and balance of having other people around about us, so that
Mhm.
we have that constant social awareness of of what is happening in the world and what other people are doing. It again, different people require different things. That would probably frustrate me a little bit as well because of what I consider to be the I don't know the small talk in things that when you have to share spaces with people, there's a lot of little conversations you have to have about things and awareness and just living with other people's habits. Always difficult, right? You know, reminding people that put the top on the toothpaste and don't leave your toothbrush somewhere, or hang your towels here, or the fact that everybody likes something just a little bit different. But on the other side, you can do more when there's more people in one place. Yeah, more's happening. People are aware of more, so there are usually more opportunities and possibilities. When I think back to sharing flats or houses with people, there was always something going on. There was always something happening every day, which was both exciting and frustrating at the same time. Because sometimes when you want your own space, you can't have it, and so the balances are important for sure. So